Oh, welcome back everybody to the Pacific Northwest, a Let's Play with Water the Nation's Rage. Of course, on Farming Simulator 2019. Alright, so here's the deal, guys. We're waiting on our fields to get ready to harvest. They're not quite there yet. It's like they're both in their last growing phase. But they might be ready to harvest by the end of the day. They should be. So the real question is, what are we going to do until then? We could do some more contract work. Maybe some smaller stuff. That last thing I did took quite a while to do. They look good. They look healthy, that's for sure. So I guess we'll just jump on more contract stuff for the moment. I see that there are some baling contracts on here at the moment. There's one there and there's one here. This one's 5.5 acres. The other one was like 1 acre. That's not much. I think if I do one, I'll do this one since the payout seems to be much better. So it says mow the grass in field 17, then bale the grass and wrap it to make silage bales. Take the bales to the barn. And then it says use your own equipment. Well, we don't have any of that stuff, so we're going to have to use the equipment. The deduction is only like $586, so it's not that bad. And down there at the bottom it shows you what it's going to give you, and it says +5. The +5 is the remaining equipment that is required to do the job. So we'll go ahead and do that. It says the machinery is waiting for me at the store, so we'll go ahead and warp over to the store. There's quite a bit of stuff involved here. We've got these mowers. It even gave us a weight. Look at that. They're so nice. Okay, so we've got these mowers. That's a windrow. That's a baler. There's a wrapper. And then over here in the back, this is a trailer that collects bales. Alright, it said field 5, so... Oh, field 17. I'm sorry, 5.5 acres, field 17. Okay. Where's field 17? Right there. Okay, so we'll just get up to field 17 and we'll start work. Okay, it's coming up on the left. Yeah, it's actually going to be a lot faster if we take the shortcut. We found a shortcut on the last episode, if you happen to see that. It's a little bit strange because, well, you have to kind of go through the BGA, the biogas plant, to access the shortcut, which I thought was kind of cool, but kind of weird too. And I kind of found it on an accident. I was actually trying to take the train trestle to get back over to the main side of the map, or the big side with the big fields. And I stumbled across that other bridge that I didn't even know was there in doing so. So it was pretty cool, I thought. Okay, there is a nice payout for this as well, especially since it's silage that we're going to be making here. If you watched the last episode, I basically showed where when you're harvesting a field, you're doing any kind of collection that you're going to sell, the person that the person that hires you to do the harvest doesn't expect you to get everything out of the field. But if you do go ahead and get everything, then whatever is left over after the contract reaches 100%, you actually sell yourself. So the harvest jobs are the ones that end up paying out the best in the long run, because you end up getting, well, in the case of the last contract I did, I got more off of selling the remainder of the crop than I did, than more by selling the remainder of the crop than what I was paid to do the job itself, which is awesome. So I went into it expecting to get, like $8,000 for doing the job. Well, it turns out I got that much money, and then I got another $10,000 for the remainder of the crop that the dude that hired me didn't seem to want. So I went ahead and sold it myself and got the money for it. So it actually ends up being a very, very lucrative job to take. And baling is no exception, because the same thing is going to happen. You're going to sell so many bales for this guy, and then there's going to be bales left over that you're going to be able to sell yourself. So we'll see how good this is and how much we make off of this. It should be pretty good, and it shouldn't take that long to do. This field's not that big. Alright, that takes care of the grass cutting portion. And our shortcut road is, it should be over here. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this will be faster to get back to the store. It's a scary bridge. That takes care of the windrow work. Now it's just a matter of baling and wrapping it, then picking it up and transporting it. It's 6-step process, I guess. But yeah, that just demonstrates, you know, how the windrow works. As I said, they call this thing a merger. It works a little bit differently than a windrow does, but it does the same thing. Same principle. Picking up the baler. I'm going to check my fields again, make sure that nothing's changed. Okay. They are ready to harvest now, so I'm going to get on that real quick. I'll pick up the combine. I'll go ahead and hook this up to the tipper. I'll get the combine started up, and I'll get a worker in it to start harvesting field 11. I gotta look at it one more time before I do, though. Gotta get out and admire the luscious, double fertilized, de-weeded, limed, and freshly plowed soybean field here. It's beautiful. And it's about to all be in my tank. And then it's all about to be in my bank. After I sell it. Alright, so he's busy working on that. We're going to continue down here. Now it's time to bale this stuff. Those are some pretty thick swaths there. First you unfold it, then you turn it on. Then you lower it. And it's pretty much just like the loading wagon. I did lower it. I did lower it. Now we can begin. There goes the first one. And notice I'm not stopping. I'm just continuing to move. And this thing's just kind of pooping them out. One after another. Well, if this was a round baler, I would have to stop. Every time that meter filled up, I would have to stop and give the baler time to catch up and spit the next bale out before I could start again. Again, I'm trying to get every bit that I can possibly get because I'm looking for the best payout in the long run. Between what the guy is paying me to do the actual work and between that and whatever's left over that I can sell. I want to sell as much as I can. Alright, not sure how many I just got out of the field. We'll know in a little bit though. It's a shame that I couldn't get that last one. It's over halfway there, but I ran out of grass, so. Yeah, it's a thing. Most of the work is over with now. I mean, pretty much all the work is done now. All I have to do is wrap the stuff and then pick it up and take it to the barn. I keep seeing that boat. It sounds like it has a supercharged V8 in the back of it. Oh, and then you get close to it and the sound stops. That's strange. Alright. Time to wrap. This is a little time consuming, especially if you have a lot of bales. But the good thing about this is that as soon as that bale is wrapped, it immediately becomes silage. As opposed to the only other way that you can make silage in the game, and that's by putting it in a bunker silo and letting it ferment. Letting it ferment in a bunker silo. which takes about 12 hours in the game. You know, as opposed to this just taking 30 seconds or so. It's instant silage. And this is basically what I want to do at my farm, is get all this equipment and make the silage and sell it. Instead of postponing this and putting it off for any longer, we'll go ahead and empty this, drive it across the street, and start it up in field 22. And you know, just to keep things moving on our farm, we could go ahead and start fertilizing field 11 as well. And then we need to figure out what we're going to put in it next. I'll keep an eye out on the prices of the soybeans, and if it goes up or if it stays the same, it doesn't fluctuate too much, I might put soybeans right back in these fields. Finally, last one. It was a lot. That took a long time. Long time. But we've got 2 more steps left. After I take this wrapper back to the store, we've got to pick the bales up, then we got to take them to the barn and sell them. And that'll be that. As far as my harvester goes, my whole harvesting process, I have to wait on this part of the field to actually finish growing so that it can be harvested. But so far, we've got 17,000 liters of soybeans, which is actually very good, plus the 12,000 that's still in the silo. It's still just sitting in the silo. That's what came with the farm. So when we go to sell that stuff, when we go to sell those soybeans, it should be very, very good. I'm looking at hopefully $50,000 to $60,000 off of all those soybeans, which will be great. That'll give me enough money to buy the lime spreader that I want. Or I don't just want it, I really need it. It'll save a lot of time. I'll be able to get that, and I'll be able to get closer to buying the baler and the wrapper that I want. so that I can sell my own silage bales. It's gonna take a while to have enough money to buy that stuff, though. This is gonna get us closer, but it's not gonna get us close enough to buy it right off. We're gonna have to do some more work before we're there. I guess we could go ahead and try to sell the grain that's in the silo. It wouldn't hurt. I don't need it for anything. Yeah, that's quite a bit of bales there. Anyway, here's the auto stacker. And what you do with this is you just drive up on each bale. You get it close to that pickup right there, and it will automatically stack the bales for you. You can do this kind of stuff with a front loader and a bale fork, but this makes it a lot easier, a lot less time consuming, a lot less of a headache. This particular stacker here, it'll carry 16 bales, so we're about to find out how many we have. I'm gonna say we have at least 2 full loads. We've got at least 32 bales out here, I'm pretty sure. Maybe more than that. Alright, we're full, so we're gonna take this to the barn. I really admire this map. Not just, you know, the surroundings and the way it looks and everything, but I like the way that he set the roads up. And if you look at it, the map is really divided into 3 separate sectors. It's divided by the river. And I guess it would actually be 2 rivers. If you look at it, it's like an intersection between 2 rivers, and it talks about that in the description for the map when you go to get it from the mod hub. But I like the way that the roads are set up. It makes perfect sense to me now that I've been on the map for a little while and I've used a lot of the roads. It makes perfect sense the way that it's set up. And there are multiple ways to get to each sector of land. But some of the ways are better than others. And once you figure out how the whole infrastructure of the roads work, and it makes sense to you, it's actually pretty easy to navigate this map. I was a little confused by it at first, but now I admire it and I like it. In some ways it kind of reminds me of Goldcrest Valley from FS19. That will always be one of my favorite maps. It was the very first map I ever played on, and I just love it. I wish they'd bring it back on FS19. Okay, so we're gonna sell these here at the barn. Hopefully this thing doesn't get caught on the roof of the barn. I think it looks like it's going to. So I don't know. Maybe there's a better way to do this. I don't want to wig the game out or anything. Is when I try to unload this trailer, the top section of it's going to go straight up in the air. I don't want it to do that while it's inside the barn, or the physics engine in the game is going to flip out, and it might mess the game up. So I'll try to do it from the outside of the barn, see if it works. Well, it sold half of them. There we go. That works. And now we're at 57%, looks like. Alright, so it says we're at 57% of completion. That means we've got over half of the amount that we were supposed to sell. We've got a full load here, so we do have as much as I thought that we would have. And technically, it's not even going to take this full load to complete the contract of what was intended to be sold. So I'll make a little bit off of the load that I'm carrying right now, and then I can come back and sell the rest of all these. There's 7 bales left, plus the 16 on the trailer, plus the 16 that I've already taken to the barn. So altogether that was 39 bales. And I'm thinking that out of those 39, I'm actually going to get maybe 9 or 10 of them to sell for myself. So it took a long time to do that, but it was definitely worth it. Because this guy's going to pay me a little over $7,000. And then I'm probably going to end up making about that much off of 9 or 10 bales. So, like I said, totally worth it. By the way, guess what's ready to finish being harvested now? Yeah, field 22. It's ready. So as soon as I get done with this, we're going to get back on that. I've got my drill right there. It's ready to start sowing in field 11 there. I'm going to start on doing that. And then I guess we're getting pretty close to the end of the episode here. This one was definitely long and drawn out, but you know, it took a long time to do these silage bales. I forgot it took that long, actually. It's very time consuming. It's because you have to cut the grass, then you have to windrow it, then you have to bale it, then you gotta wrap it, then you gotta stack it, and then you gotta sell it. So it's like literally 6 steps. It's a lot of work. The most time consuming part of it is wrapping all those bales. It takes a while to wrap 39 bales. Alright, now we can check and see if I was accurate. Apparently not. That was a wrong estimation, because now it's saying that I'm 94%. That doesn't even make any sense. Alright. Whatever. So I'm not going to get as many bales as I thought. But we'll know in just a minute how much I made altogether. Dude's generous, but he's not that generous. While I'm here, I figure I might as well go ahead and start finishing things off here. Alright. Yeah, they can go ahead and finish field 22 while I finish this. Alright, let's wrap this up. Okay. I'm definitely gonna get something extra. Alright, it says that it's finished. So that leaves me with like 4 bales. Which I just made like $4,423 for. So it wasn't as good as I thought it would be, but it wasn't horrible. I guess, what was that, about $11,000 I made? Yeah, I don't think that was worth it. It was almost 12 grand that I made altogether. And it took me probably almost 2 hours to do that. So no, I wouldn't say that it's entirely worth it. to do a contract with baling. But the main reason why I did it is so you guys could see exactly what it's all about and everything. In case you haven't seen, now you know what the whole baling thing is all about. For silage anyway. You also can do grass, hay, and straw bales. And like I said, we're going to be doing that as soon as we can. We're going to be doing that on this map as well. But now we get to sell some soybeans. That trailer's full. So let me go take the rest of these over to the silo. We've got 34,000 liters of soybeans altogether. So yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be, as long as it hasn't changed, the price hasn't changed, I'm thinking that's probably going to be over $50,000, as long as the price doesn't change. Now, if the price has changed, then it's going to be a different story. And that's actually quite a bit of soybeans, because the field, when it comes to harvesting soybeans in the fields don't go very far unless they're gigantic, and my fields aren't even that big. So I'm gonna hold off on drilling on this episode. We'll handle that in the next episode. Right now I'm just gonna get the sprayer over here to field 22 so I can spray down field 22 with fertilizer, and it will also be ready to drill, and we can do that in the next episode, because I still don't really know what I want to put in these fields, if I want to keep doing soybeans or if I want to change it up, do something different. Okay, but with this 21,000 liter full load of soybeans, we're going to figure out real quick where we want to take these, and then we'll take the other ones as well. We're definitely going to sell these. We're not going to hang on to them. Man, it did go down. The price for the soybeans went down. It looks like the Timberline flour mill is the best place to take these. On the last episode, when I checked it, it said they were going for like almost $1,800 per 1,000 liters. I have it in the video, but they've dropped since then. Of course, now that we're ready to actually sell them, the price went down. Go figure. Well, all we can do is count our losses, and we're still going to make a decent amount of money. It's not going to be $50,000, but it'll be decent. It's nice to know that out of both of those fields, when you take care of the soil, you can get 21,000 liters, actually over 22,000 liters of soybeans out of both of those fields. That's good to know. All right, there's 30. We ought to get another 15, maybe 15 to 18. Round 2. Oh, we did get 50,000 for that. Okay, I'll take it. I can't do math. So yeah, I mean, the difference there in the fluctuation, the fact that it dropped a few $100s, we would have breached 100 grand in the end if it hadn't have dropped, but we're pretty dang close at this point, and we have plenty of other things in the silo to sell that we didn't even grow or plant or harvest or anything. It was just in there. So I don't have any issues with selling that stuff. It means nothing to me other than the fact that it's just money that's just sitting there. But that's going to take time to do. And I don't really see any point in selling that stuff in putting it in the video. So I might just do that off camera or whatever. Just to get some more money. Now that we do have what we have, we can work on fixing some stuff. Like, for instance, that lime spreader that I want to take and trade for the good lime spreader. This right here. Yeah, this is going back to the store. It does me absolutely no good. I'm going to have to get this one. No. I'm going to have to get this one. Yep, I'm going to have to buy this thing. But I'll do that in the future. Other than that, you know, we're still planning on getting this probably as soon as we can afford to buy it, and getting this, or actually probably getting this, since I haven't even used it yet, and I paid for the DLC that it came in. I'll probably get that. That's another it's another wrapper, but it's different. And yeah, other than that, it's just, you know, I'm probably going to need one of these windrows, and I'll need a tedder so I can make hay bales. Anyway, we'll discuss it in the next episode. We'll move forward from here. I appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed this episode, and if you're enjoying this Let's Play series, then please hit the thumbs up button. If you would like to share the video, go ahead. And if you haven't subscribed to Wanted the Nation's Rage, I recommend doing so. I also recommend hitting the bell icon so that you will be notified when the next video comes up. Other than that, I'll see you guys around. Take it easy. Alright, Jared here with Wanted the Nation's Rage signing out. So on and so forth. Catch you next time.